up, man? It's your boy Dre ONYX. You already know what the vibe is. Hold on. What's good, y'all? You feel me? Now, I've spent a lot of money. Shout out to the homie Unimportant. Introduce yourself. My nigga. Anyway, so I spent a lot of money, time, effort, energy in 2K recently, making 1v1 builds, 6'6 1v1 builds, 6'7 1v1 builds, 6'9, 6'10s, just making builds in general on NBA 2K, and I came to the final conclusion today. I'm going to have pictures and gameplay up on the screen so you guys do not get bored, but I want y'all to hear from me, hear from the man himself, hear from the man that put the time, the money in, and the effort into a game that sucks. This game sucks. The game is bad. The game, it sucks. Now, with all that being said, I'm gonna have a picture up on the screen of my build right here. You already know what's going on, what the vibe is when it comes down to the build. It's more of all around. I'm just gonna briefly explain my build. First of all, he's 6'8 with a 6'11 wingspan. He's a two-way, three-level shot creator. The build gets the it gets an 87 driving dunk with an 81 standing dunk, right? And when I really was making the build and everything, was thinking about it, I was making majority of my builds with an 87 post control because I was working in the post, until I realized regardless of how high or how low my post control is, if I'm going to force an animation, I'm going to get that animation regardless, because people back off you. So if they back off you, they fear getting caught in that animation, which is that time where you get open, you can shoot the ball. There's no need to have a badge, gold, silver, and Hall of Fame or legend, when people tend to do the same thing even at the lowest level. So you're wasting attributes and attribute points on something that can be used on bronze, but be treated like it's on legend. Oh my Lord, that goes the same with the mid-range. I got multiple builds where I have a 99, 97 mid-range, all these crazy mid-range type builds because I shoot midi fades, and especially on the twos and the ones, etc. and so forth. And what I learned is that 92 is the perfect threshold. You don't get too little, you get all the gold shooting badges, you can tear it up to Hall of Fame and be right there and keep up with any and all builds. You can do what you do, be who you are, and shoot midi face. Either way, regardless, guess what, buddy? Guess what? Hear from me. You are going to miss, all right? You are going to miss regardless if it's a 99, 100, 150, because the game is designed, no matter what you do, even if you have on the #1 jump shot that's on 2K Labs, the game is designed for you to miss, even if it's 100% guaranteed chance of you hitting a shot. You can be in a lethal zone, a hot zone, and takeover, maxed out stamina. It doesn't matter. If the game wants you to miss, the game is going to make you miss. On top of that, the build has an 85 3 ball. I went with an 85 instead of an 83 because 85 gets the boost. That's literally right where the green window goes from being this to going up to here, which is crazy because that's where the boost starts. So why would I not give myself the best chance of hitting a wide open three, regardless of what anybody's saying? I know there are people right now that can spark me up with a 75 3 ball. I know there's people right now that can spark me up with a 64 3 ball. I know there's people right now that's playing this game that only shoot the ball from 3 with a 60 rating and heat check and green every single time. Because me personally, I just want to give myself a shot to hit a wide open 3, even though I'm still going to miss. Even at an 89 rating on one of my builds on the 3 ball, I'm letting you know I still miss wide open. And this build is 6, gets deep bomber. He's nasty. He's a nasty 1v1 build, kind of like the one that I showed y'all on the screen a moment ago. But on top of that, now let's go to the ball handle. Now, Dre, you good with the 80. Bro, y'all say the same things to me all the time. Dre, you're better off with an 80 handle and a 60 speed with ball. Those points could have went elsewhere. You could have put your perimeter defense up. Y'all always say the same things to me every time, and I'm going to say it like this. I got to do something that's comfortable to me in order for me to get my offense off. Me and you are not the same. I will never be you. You could damn sure never be Dre ONYX. So with that being said, I wanted to ensure on my build that I got certain animations, certain things that I be able to use, be able to do, and be able to get off every single time, no matter what the case may be. I'm able to do these animations, and these be my go-to moves for when I'm trying to score on somebody. And if they cut that move off, I'm able to go on to the next move and go crazy and keep busting somebody's ass. The biggest thing right now for me is at least having 85 ball handle on my build. Hold on. And that's going to give me the Tracy McGrady size up. But also having 85 gets me the Luka cross, Luka step back. I use a lot of Luka's moves because they're actual moves instead of being forced or feeling like all I can use is basic and use basic and it not give me what I'm feeling for. The 68 speed with ball just to get lightning launch or whatever it's called on bronze and versus not having it at all. That's a personal choice. All right, I see how Glock 19 moves. I see how Hezzy moves. I see how these people in the 2K community move with and without these badges. However, I am not these people. These people are not me. I am Dre Onyx. All I can be is Dre Onyx. I notice a slight difference from using bronze, silver, gold, lightning launch, and not having it at all. The difference may be slight, but I notice a slight difference upon my build. Now, I'm not only able to use now, but I can use it going left and going right on my build. Another thing when it comes down to it, the defense. Oh yes, the defense. Dre, what is this defense? I'm already knowing, I'm sharp. I'm already knowing what you're saying. The build's defense is based upon truth. The truth is, no matter what you do, what you have, what ratings you have, what stats, what anything you have within the game, it doesn't matter. That's what you need to understand. If you have an 88 interior defense, you have the rim guardian takeover on your player. A guy can still do a layup over you and green it. That is embarrassing. A rim runner is going to rim run for 22 points if he can rim run for 22 points. And there's nothing you can do but pray. So why would you waste all these ratings giving yourself this high ass rating right here when somebody can do a Michael Jordan layup and you can't even contest it and it can be green every single time? Oh my goodness. Same thing going for perimeter defense on your build. Why would you go for a 96 perimeter defense, yet somebody like me with 90 and 80 ratings can shoot over you? That bitch is going to say very tight, moderate, and strong, and I'm still going to green the shot. Why would you go for high ass defensive stats and none of them matter? Imagine you go for a 91 still on your build, yet you probably only get maybe 1 or 2 steals a game. Especially playing on the ones, there's not really a lot of time for you to reach. But there's times where you can reach. There's just not a lot of time for you to reach. So why would you waste ratings going with a 91 when you and me and the post scorer and a 7-3 post scorer, slow ass big, can use 25 and still pluck you? It don't add up. It don't make sense. Why would you waste your points? Now, the only thing that is worth acknowledging, that is one of the most useless ratings in the game, but useful at the same time, is block. Block is the most useful and useless rating on NBA 2K, point blank, period. Because there's going to be times where somebody gets to the rim and you say that should be a block. That's if you have a 74 or 78 rating. However, when you go up to an 85, an 86, there's certain times where you meet somebody at the spot and your player goes for snatch block animations rather than block, regular soft ass block animations. And those snatch block animations be the ones that you need over the regular soft block animations. So it's really up to you, but either way, if you too slow to even get to positioning to get to block, it don't even matter. That's what I've been saying this whole time. This game is all offense and speed. But I added rim running recently because all people do is really run to the rim and pray. They just run to the rim and pray for the weakest. They just pray. They tap square and they pray. I'm playing in a game mode where people don't even time they layups. You feel me, big dog, big homie? Big H onto the rebounder. Boom, 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 boom. Rebounder on my build, dog. As y'all already know, I'm not even tripping about the rebounding. I'm more so in my head about, I had a 70 rebounding on my build. I would never ever go below a 70 on a rebound on the build. Tell me why a 6'2 guard was not only able to out rebound me 3 or 4 times while I was on a 6'10, by the way, but he was able to out snag me and just constantly get the ball back. He's able to get the ball back because my player's looking goofy. He's smacking the air for the rebound. The ball right there, he's looking at it like these, you know? So if you have more rebounding on your build, at least a minimum of an 80 rebounding in one category, just a little bit, not a lot of it, a little bit, you're going to be able to grab rebounds and be able to play better offense. Now, still, there are going to be times where it's like a loose ball and you see the op player that's nowhere near the ball, some with a better rebound animation than you, and you're my player just jogging to it, not doing nothing at all. He just jogging to it, but you got the op who just shot the ball and missed and running to it. They getting the faster animations, the faster speed animations. Anyways, it's crazy. Now, when it comes down to the remainder of the build, the physicals, 75. You see the rest. If you see something on my build that's 75, that is probably the minimal threshold that you would need in order to cut off or stop something bad from happening on your My Player. For instance, minimum cutoff threshold for interior defense, 75, because you're getting all the bronze ratings, but also at a 75, you unlock a takeover. And it's called the commander takeover. If you put the commander takeover on, you're getting rebounding, block, and interior defense on your build. If you're already 6'8", this is me personally, then that's pretty helpful on a rim guardian takeover, especially if you're going up against rim runners. But also at the same time on your build, if you're fast enough to keep up with bigs, big enough to guard bigs, fast enough to keep up with guards, and you're able to score over, under, and go through players, individuals, the biggest thing now is skill. That's the biggest thing. Like, you want to be able to stop a post score. I am willing to put my hand on the Bible. If I could bend down and grab it right now, you're going to be able to score on a post score. You're going to be able to get a stop on a post score. 7'3", 7'11", 7 foot. You're going to be able to get a stop on a post score. You are. The biggest thing is, how do you get your offense off? If you do all this work on your build to be fast, keep up with guards, not get dropped on your face 100% of the time, chase down artists, etc., and so forth on your build, and yet you make it to the final finale of your build and you don't know how to get your offense off, then there's no fucking point. So what do I need to say to the people that made it to this point in the video is, first off, you can make my build to the T, but there's only going to be maybe 5 or 6 people that actually know how to use the build, because there's 5 or 6 people that know how to get their offense off. All right. Remember, there's people every day that are going to be shooting over you. They're going to green it. It's going to say moderate, weak, strong. They're going to green it over you, man. Remember that you can have a legend challenger on a build, be in front of somebody, and it's going to say wide open off of Zach LaVine's step back. Remember that somebody can do a push cross on you for 22 points, and there's almost essentially nothing you could do about it if you have an 80 speed. You just got to pray that they miss. You feel me? With all that being said, man, it's up to you what you do with your build. I gave you the sauce.